did an excellent job. I think
Oh, well,
it sounded good.
Petunia was a little country piggy who loved to dance around the fields where she lived. Petunia would leap and twirl and turn in the air. She always watched the ballet on the TV and dreamed of being a prima ballerina someday. One day she saw a sign at the general store for open auditions to join a ballet company passing through town. Petunia was so excited. She ran home and told all her friends what she was going to do. Josie and Penelope, the hens, laughed at Petunia and told her she was not a good fit. She was too heavy to be a ballerina. Debbie K. Martin, how are things in St. Louis?
They're cold today.
Really? It's cold in
Yes,
St. Louis?
we had 70 degrees yesterday, and this morning was 19 with wind chill factor.
That is very cold in Fahrenheit.
Yes, because Missouri goes this time of year back and forth. You know, they'll go cold, the hot, and then spring will come, but you could have snow. You know, they say in St. Louis, if you stay around long enough, you'll see all 4 seasons.
Okay. I can't remember what month I went, but I'm pretty sure it was a winter. I think it was actually February when I went to St. Louis. When I was in radio, I used to go to radio conventions in the States. And after a while, instead of flying to the city where the convention was, we would fly to a different city, me and my wife, and we'd take a road trip to the city where the convention, and we get to see more of the US. And there was the convention was in Chicago. And so we flew to Memphis.
Flew to Memphis? Did you like Memphis?
Yeah, and we drove to Chicago, and we did a little bit of Route 66. And and we met some great people, especially in the smaller towns. I remember a nice little town called Perryvale, Illinois, and we stayed in a Super 8 motel there. And I said to the lady over dinner there, and I said that we worked there, I said, "What is there to do in town tonight?" And she said, "Well, I think they're showing a movie at the community centre." And we went and watched a Queen Latifah movie at the community, and we were the only non-locals in there, but it was fun. And we used to do that.
But we enjoyed having you.
Well, they did. Everyone made us feel really welcome. Yeah. And St. Louis was great too. We went up the Arch, and I'm a Chuck Berry fan, so it was good. We went to Blueberry Hill, but not on one of the nights when Chuck was playing. It was when Chuck was still alive. It was quite a while ago. But it's a great town. I mean, it's a big city, St. Louis. Everything you need seems to be there.
It's pretty good size for the Midwest, you know. Mm-hmm. I grew up here. In fact, I grew up out in Mansfield, where you're a fan of Chuck Berry and his places.
Yeah, Berry Park. Yeah. All right. So did you ever get to see Chuck live?
Oh, yeah. You see him in town.
Oh, you see him in town. Yeah, I saw him once I lived in New Zealand, and he did a concert with the Everly Brothers, and Jerry Lee Lewis and Bo Diddley did a rock and roll show, and I had tears in my eyes. I mean, I'd loved his work for years, and I couldn't believe not only was I seeing him, but he was really good. And I was holding my wife, and I said, "It's Chuck Berry," and he's really, it was like a spiritual thing for me. It was to finally see him live. Yeah,
well, I'm glad you enjoyed him.
Although I'm sure local, because he was a bit of a rogue, wasn't he? I'm sure locally he had an interesting reputation.
Oh, he did. He did. Yeah. And I was there at the height of it. So, I mean, that was the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. 70s.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. I really liked St. Louis, even though I was only there for a couple of days, as I say, on this road trip on the way to Chicago. Well, let's talk about books and audiobooks. I've narrated, I think it's 4 books for your husband, Marty, now.
Right.
And I've done this one for you. You are the first husband and wife authors that I have narrated books for. Yes. So quite the milestone for me. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Did Marty have any advice for you when you did this book?
On the book, he didn't give me too much advice, because it was just a thing I did real really real quickly. And he read it and thought it was good. Then we had it, edited and printed it out. So it's just a little story I always had in my head from events when I was a kid, and that's what came about.
It is a lovely book. It's a kid's book for those
Thank
that
you.
don't know. It's called Petunia Prima Ballerina. Although when I
Yeah.
narrate it, with my strange English accent,
Uh-huh.
I checked with Marty on this one before we started. I think I checked with you as well about
Mhm.
the American pronunciation, which is Petunia. So I
Yes.
had to say,
Like the flower. Yeah.
yeah. So I had to get used to saying Petunia. But
Right.
it is a lovely story. It's about a pig who grows up on a farm and she dreams of being a prima ballerina. So
Yes.
where did the idea? You say the idea was kicking around for a while. Where did it originally
Well,
come from?
when I was about probably 10, 11, I wanted to be a ballerina. So my mom and dad took me to the local lady who taught ballet. And she told them, "You're wasting your money. And she's just not built for it." Now, you got to remember, this is the 60s, right? So ballerinas then were this big,
Yeah.
little tiny things. And I've always been kind of tall because my mom was 5'2", my daddy's 6 foot, and I stopped in between. So it's not that I was at that time in my life really heavy. It's just that she was meaning my body wasn't right for ballet at that time. Now you wouldn't
Right.
tell a kid that today, but
No.
then you did, and that kind of always stuck with me. And I only probably weighed maybe 80 pounds of fat then, you know.
How old were you again?
I was about 11.
That would have been devastating for an 11-year-old to
It,
have, to not
it,
only have someone say, "Oh, you can't do it," but someone
yeah,
who should know whether you could, a ballet
right.
teacher to say that. What? And this is before you'd even danced for her or anything, or done
Oh,
anything?
well, she stretched, you stretched and stuff, and I was limber, but she just said I just didn't have the right body type for it.
Yeah.
Because back then, even today, ballerinas tend to be very small,
Yeah.
boned and tiny, petite usually.
Yeah.
But
Wow. I see.
you know
Right.
and my parents didn't really have the money to waste. If I would really wanted to do it, they would have paid for it, but they really didn't have the money to waste to pay for
Yeah.
ballerina lessons, even though they weren't expensive at that time. But they just didn't have the means to do that, really.
So that was it. You never did any training at all, and you just had to
No.
give up on your dream.
Well, yes, in a way, but I always like dancing, so I danced. I mean, not professionally or anything like that. Just danced around and was happy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it didn't. It stayed with me to always feel. It's weird how you can set children up for this, not meaning to, but I always felt big even when I wasn't.
Oh, because of that moment.
Well, I think it kind of stuck in my head somewhere, and it
Yeah.
just carries. But you grow up and you learn.
Yeah.
That it ain't
So
necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. It just happened. It was just said.
So
So,
what do you think kids will get from this book?
that they can do anything they want. Don't
Yeah,
let
and they
nobody
truly
crush your
can.
dreams.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody crush your dreams, and just be happy and go for them, because you'll never know if you don't go for them.
Yeah, and you can enjoy the journey, and the journey might branch off and go to somewhere you didn't even think of when you
Right.
had your original. But if you don't take that, that first step and start to head that way, it's not fair, is it? It's not. Yeah.
No, well, life ain't fair. you you grow up and you realize that. So
Yeah.
it's up to you to do what you need to do for yourself and prove when people tell you no, let it be well, okay, you told me no, but I'm going to show you I can do it.
Yeah.
And if and there's no thing, I don't really think there's anything as such a thing as failure, because if you fail at it, you learn.
Exactly.
You learn lessons from failing, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I suppose it was a similar experience, but it wasn't as specific as that. I was, growing up, I used to mess around with tape recorders, and I also liked to take photographs and that. And I kind of,
Right.
I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I wanted to do something, slightly creative at least. And,
Right.
my parents in the main told me, no, that was not going to happen. And you're going to get a trade, and which, isn't bad advice for a kid who doesn't know what they want. But when they do know what they want, or they've got an idea of what direction they want to head in, it's not right. And so I ended up becoming an air conditioning engineer when all was said and done, and was actually quite unhappy. And at the age of 27, came home from work one day and said to my wife, I've had the radio on in the van today. I want to work behind a microphone, and that's what I want to do. And the rest is history. And
That's wonderful.
I've never worked a day since.
Well, it's not work if you enjoy it.
That's right.
If it's
And
what
so
if you're doing what you love, it's not work.
it's really important, particularly for parents. And I know in your case it wasn't parents, but it's really important for parents to kind of find out what makes the kid tick and help them do that. Did that help when you had kids? Did that?
I'm moving weird.
No, that's okay.
I'm trying to focus at you, and I'm doing all this weird stuff. So anyway,
Okay.
to be announced, I am not crazy.
So when you became a parent, was this important for you, for your kids to?
Very much so. All I
Right.
ever wanted for my kids were to do what they like, love, and to be happy.
Yes.
And I
And
don't
so
think
that
I could
worked
ask
out great, I
than
bet.
that. Yeah. Well, they are doing good. They're all grown. They're 48, 45, and 42. So I had to think there for a minute. I'm 42. And I got they married lovely people that are just like daughter and sons to me. And I got some beautiful grandbabies. How could I complain about anything? I've been
And
very blessed.
and have the grandkids read the book?
I think so. I mean, we haven't discussed much. They looked at it, That's just Nana doing her thing.
So when
Just
you
like,
were a kid, what kind of stuff were you reading?
what kind of stuff was I reading when I was a kid?
Hmm.
I love Thor,
Really?
comic books. I
Yeah?
read Thor all the time, Wonder Woman. I want to be Thor and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I didn't read as much as I should because I really didn't start reading too much until I was probably fifth,
Right.
sixth grade when I caught on to it.
So how old is fifth and sixth grade? Because we have a different system here. In fact, I don't
Right.
even know how it
And
works.
let's see, 6, 7, 8, about 10.
About
Well,
10.
no,
Okay.
Dino's 13. So about 11, 12 in there.
Yeah, I see.
Almost 11. But it took me a little while to catch on to it. Once I
Uh-huh.
caught on, I was fine. I
Yeah.
could read at above grade level, but it was
Yeah.
just getting there. And at that time, they didn't have everything they have in the schools now to help
Like
anybody,
like what?
Oh, well, they didn't have like they didn't really, when I was going to school, they really didn't know about dyslexic, being
Okay.
dyslexic. I'm not, but they are slow learners or anything. They didn't have the resources. They only
Yeah.
had the resources for like children that was very severely, handicapped.
Yeah.
And so if you had reading problems, that's the class they put you in to learn to read.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
it took
school
my
my school was terrible for things like that because
Yeah.
they would do things like, well, high school anyway. At about 11, we all had to learn French. And if you
Oh,
were good
okay.
at French, you then got to learn German. But if you were
Uh-huh.
bad at French, like I was, you
Yes.
then got to do more maths and English while the other kids were learning German. Now, to my mind, if you're not very good at French, surely you should be doing more French to get
Yeah.
better at it, not more
Yeah,
maths and English.
That really
know?
that messed up. But so it was our school. I mean, I'm talking 65 for in there, So
Yeah.
there wasn't too much what they call resource nowadays. The support that they give kids now.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
much better.
school system my grandkids go to
Yeah.
is wonderful. It's excellent. Anything a kid needs, they get. You
Well,
know.
maybe one day the kids will be reading, the younger kids will be reading Petunia Prima Ballerina, or
Oh,
even
that
better, maybe listening to it as an audiobook.
yes, which you did an excellent job on. Thank you. I
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much. So the experience of turning it into an audiobook, that was okay for you? Because I always worry, I always worry,
No,
because to me it's such an awesome responsibility. Here's somebody
yeah.
put their heart and soul and their work into telling a story and has
Mhm.
sweated over every word. And here's this bloke, on the other side of the Atlantic interpreting it in his way. And I'm like, am I close?
I think you did an excellent job. I think
Oh, well,
it sounded good.
thank you
No
very
problem.
much. Thank you very much. It was a really nice book to do, and you also had some good characters in there. I liked the dog in there. They
Oh,
only have a small,
yes,
but I did like performing him as well, um,
right.
because I've got a dog, and
Oh, we do too. I just
yeah,
made her stay in the other room.
my dog Rafa is being walked at the moment by my wife. She's taking him for a walk, so
Oh.
he's not bothering us at the moment.
Does he like to sit in the booth with his daddy? Does he
Yes,
like to
he
come in
does, and
and
I
talk?
have to kick him out because he gets noisy because he falls asleep and starts snoring, and I can't have that on the recordings
Is he
because the
flat?
last thing you want is when someone's reading an audiobook for you to hear the sound of snoring. It's not a good advert for the book.
Right? Is he flat faced or
He's a
what kind of
he.
dog is he?
Well, we don't know what he is actually.
Uh huh.
Now he's a rescue dog from the Canary Islands, which is an
Oh
island
wow.
off the top of Africa, but it's controlled by Spain. So
Yeah.
he's Spanish. So we called him Rafa because my favourite football team is Liverpool, and we had a great manager called Rafa Benitez who was
Oh,
Spanish.
okay.
So I called him Rafa after Rafa Benitez. Now
Oh, nice.
we don't know what he is, but he looks like he's got a hound snout,
Uh
like a
huh.
hound, but he also
Right.
is about the size of a biggish terrier. So
Oh.
I got stopped when I was walking him, I think it was last year. Somebody
Uh huh.
said, "Oh, what kind of dog is that?" And I said, "He's a Canary Island Rafa Hound Terrier."
Yes.
I just made it up. And the lady went, "Oh, really?"
And they
So,
say, "Oh, is that like one of those labradoodles or something like that?"
yeah.
How
So
cool!
he's a mutt. What about your dog?
She's a Boston Terrier, except she's gray with blue eyes.
Yeah, they're
And
beautiful dogs.
I wasn't going to get her because I like mutts. I like to go
Yeah,
to the pound and find
yeah,
a doggie.
yeah,
But
yeah.
went ahead and got her because my grandson liked the blue eyes. So
Yeah. Well, then that's a done deal. If the grandson likes them, that's it. That's it, isn't it?
yes, yes,
Yeah.
I'm sunk. But yeah, she's got the reason I asked if he had a Rafa had a flat face because she's got such a flat face, an
Yeah.
extra flat face, that she snores continually.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Oh no,
she snores
He's not
really
that
loud.
loud.
Yeah,
He's loud enough for the mic to pick him up, but
yeah,
he's
she
not
is.
really
She's
that.
very loud.
He sleeps on our bed, so it's a good job he's not too loud. Yeah.
Oh, well, you get used to it too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like just this dog snoring noise in the background. So is the dog in Petunia Prima Ballerina, is that based on your dog?
No, that's just based on a country dog that used to run around with all of us kids when we lived out in the country a
Right.
long time.
Okay.
He just kind of looked like that, and just wherever the kids were out in the country on their bike, and I'm talking gravel roads and woods and stuff like that to play in, all the dogs would follow us,
Right.
and
Right.
that's where that came from. Kind of looked like
Right.
Bougie, this
Right.
little
Okay.
dog that this was everywhere with us.
Now,
Loved it.
if you look at the logo, where is it about? It's the kind of, I don't know where
Right here,
where's my right. But if you look at
right there,
this
Petunia
bit here,
Ballerina.
you can see a thing that says winner in the top corner there.
Uh
This is an
huh.
award-winning book. Tell me about the award.
I came in, let me look at this real quick. I came in second place in Best Children's Book Award for the Missouri Writers Guild.
That's amazing. That must have been a
I
thrill.
thought so. I was very surprised,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially with all the other books that are out there.
And
It was a nice treat.
is this your first book?
Yes, it's my first book.
Straight out the gate.
So,
An
yeah, straight out the gate.
award-winning author. Yeah.
Yeah, Marty keeps telling me I need to follow up, and write some more of them.
Well,
Which
I always tell authors,
I'm doing.
I always tell the authors I work with after they've done their first book, they should always write at least one more book, because if you write 2 books, you suddenly become a best-selling author. Reason being, one of them will sell better than the other. So one of them is the bestseller.
You're a better author. I love that.
So if you want to describe yourself as a best-selling author, all you got to do is write 2 books, even if one of them's terrible.
I'll have to remember that. I love that saying, though. I love that.
You got to stay positive, Debbie. That's how the whole world's got to go around. You've got to always look for the positive. Yeah.
Oh, I do. Trust me, I do look for the positive. But that is really, I like that saying, well, I'm a best-selling author. Why? Because I wrote both. And the one that sold the other one.
It's the bestseller. One of them is a bestseller.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. So what is next for Debbie Martin?
On my list,
For what are you going to do? You're gonna do another book? Have you got your eye on another book?
No,
or
I'm thinking of a different type of book, maybe, but I'm not sure. But if I write another kid's book, it'll be a follow-up to Petunia, which I've been really thinking about doing.
Yeah.
And of course, Marty encourages me on everything,
Yeah.
And with that, and I'm working on my doctorate too. So
What are you? What in?
Mm-hmm.
A doctorate in what? In what?
Health science.
A doctor? So you're doing a doctorate of science? My goodness.
Health science. Yes. So with that, but I do have time that I could write, and so I've really been thinking about it again.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. But I don't know how you're going to fit that all in with all the study required to get a doctorate. Goodness me.
Oh, I do, and I work grand people into the grandbabies and stuff.
Yeah, you do?
Yes, I do.
Well, that sounds good. Well, I hope.
So I get bored real easy.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, Debbie, it's great to talk to you, and continued success. I hope you do get around to doing another book, which would make Petunia Prima Ballerina straight away a bestseller, an award-winning bestseller, and you would be a best-selling author as well.
Arthur, I must keep that in mind. I think I'm going to make that up and put it up above my desk because I really like that.
Yeah.
Make a little thing and just put it up there.
Great. All right. Well, please, continued success. Please say hi to Marty for me, because I know you were there and you worked hard. All your family pulled together when he went through his stroke. And I'm not like prying. I actually, for those who don't know, I actually did the audiobook of Surviving a Stroke.
I've listened
by
to
Marty.
all the books I've done. I've listened to all of them.
Oh, great.
So,
Oh, that's good to know.
You're his go-to guy.
But Marty's books are wonderful, and your book, Petunia Prima Ballerina, it is a wonderful, wonderful book as well. And you've got the whole range there, because Marty deals with some quite grown-up stories. I mean,
yes.
Yes. But for having you have this one in the collection between the two of you, especially for the kids, and inspirational as well, and telling them not to give up, which is, probably the most important message when you've got a kid, because all a kid is just a ball of potential. And for anybody to degrade that is not right. And for you to just remind everybody, because the parents who are going to be, in the book version, the parents are going to be playing my role as the narrator to their kids, I would imagine. And the others who are going to be listening in the car or whatever they're going to do are going to get the audiobook. So, yeah, it is wonderful. And thanks for choosing me as your narrator.
You're more than welcome.
It's just a lovely book.
I liked it. I thought you did a very excellent job on it.
Thank you so much. Well, the book is called Petunia Prima Ballerina. It is a book. It's also an audiobook. If you want to get the audiobook, in the link, if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, YouTube, there will be a link there to Amazon, so you can click on there and download Petunia Prima Ballerina. Debbie K. Martin, lovely to talk to you. Continued success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was lovely meeting you.